Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we get ready to go racing in the gasoline alley. 165 ready to go. And right now, qualifying going to wrap up. We're going to get ready for that starting lineup momentarily. Here we go. We'll take a look at it right now. Here is your starting lineup for tonight. Gasoline alley 150 here tonight. Chad Coleman on the pole. His outside Steve Ritter, and then it's going to be Richard Beasley, Mike Kelly right there as well, Logan Cougar, Brandon back there, Rick L. Kennedy, and Dustin Coggin, Scott Simley, Joe Hudson right there in the mix also. Then you're going to have row number 6, Johnny Barker and Mr. Larry Bell. George right there with Ron Holyfield, Bryce L. Anderson, and then Stoney Benfield. And Cody Gibson going to round out your 17 cars. Taking a look at the point standings coming into the night. Here's how the point standings looked after Texas. Gibson not showing up last week, and I heard him a little bit. It's going to be Cody Gibson on the point right there with Logan there behind him, 43 points back. Dustin Coggins, 60 out. Brandon back there as well, 63 out going into the night. And again, 60 laps here tonight. Kelly and Moore lined up, ready to go. Here we go. Brando right there. Here we go. And you see everybody ready to rock and roll here tonight. Should be a good one in Indianapolis. We got guys thinking in and out. There we go. As we are ready to go in again tonight's broadcast. 150 miles. 60 laps here tonight for the Gasoline Alley 150. Thanks everybody for coming out as we are ready to go. Should be a good one here as they are ready to rock and roll. You see Coleman, you see Steve there. Rick L. Kennedy back there as well. Scott Simley on pit road. Joe Hudson back there. Rolling off with Larry Bell and more. Man, it's going to be interesting. Cars on pit road and everything else we got going on track. Very dusty here this morning or this evening. Let's pick timing. We are ready to go. All right, ready to go. Comment section. Everybody ready for tonight's race. This should be a good one here as we get ready to perform for you guys on the eve of the Daytona 24. Thank you guys so much for coming out here tonight. Like us all up on the pace car for the Gasoline Alley 150. Something up there with Cody Gibson, Stoney Benfield. Both those cars not starting here tonight. Not sure what's going on there, but both those cars still on pit road. Coleman leads to come to green. This could be big points wise. This will be the second race in a row where Cody has had a problem not making it last week and now on pit road. I'm kind of slightly concerned for his points lead if this goes his way. Ready to go. Field is ready to rock and roll. We're ready to go. Let's do it. We are looking now tonight, 60 laps, 150 miles, ready to rock and roll. With Chad Coleman on the pole, let's go. Coleman will lead us down, coming to green. Let's do it in Indy. Up to speed, let's go. Indianapolis going to be the race here tonight and the place. Coming to green right now, headed for turn one. Carter's going to roll into turn one right now. Nice job down into turn 1 and 2. Nice job right to the bottom goes Kelly as you're on board. Field going to get up to speed here. Mike Kelly there. Tony going to roll off the pit road here. And I do not think our points leader here tonight, unfortunately. So our points leader out of contention here this evening. Down the back straightaway, the draft's going to be real into turn 1. or turn 3, headed for 4. A little slick out there. A lot of guys sliding around early. So expect this early tonight. Should be a fun one here as we work our way down the front straightaway, back single file up front. Double file back here behind them. So everybody going to work their way down the long front straightaway in Pocono. Headed for turn 1. Cars will jump out of the throttle. In the gasoline alley, 150 with Chad Coleman out front. Coleman leads. Again, your points leader not making the start here tonight. Not going to be the points night he wanted. Coleman continuing to lead. Single file, 15 cars here. Scott tail in Charlie. He started on pit road here tonight. But it's Coleman continuing to lead. He'll open up a 0.5 of a second gap out front. Coleman leads here tonight. So what do you do if you're Chad Coleman? You're out front in that 38 machine. Continuing to hang on behind them a couple more. So you see it right now down the back front straightaway here. But what do you do right now? Field looks pretty good. Right around the bottom, it's Coleman out front. Everybody else chasing right now. So again, very early on here tonight. You got a long way to go. Pit stops and such will be involved in this as well. Brando. So how do you handle this over the coming laps here? George back here behind them. George hanging on. So again, right now, everybody hanging on. It's Coleman continuing to lead. The gap staying about the same right now. Beasley right now battling for second. He's going to have Logan all over him. Steven Ritter back there alongside Brando in the one camp, the Lucy number 1. So Coleman, then Logan, then Mike, then Steve, then Dustin, then Richard. Scott still telling Charlie. 3 wide down the back straightaway. They'll spread out down the back. The one going to be the meat and the sandwich. He'll find a way through. Able to power through here. Nice job not getting caught up in that and not lifting. But it's Chad Coleman continuing to lead. It's Chad out front. It's Giga Chad leading. 5 laps on the board. So now they'll ease into 1. Keep that car pointed straight. Taking a look at Steven right there. And so far, so good at Indy. Big lift out of the 1 right there. He had to lift a crap ton. You saw the fire come out of that race car. So that was a big time lift out of the 1. So 5 of 60 complete right now. So nice work, single file. $96 on the board, or 6 of 60 complete. So again, we're still very early on. A little bit of draft down the back straightaway these guys are dealing with. Taking a look right there with Mike, Kelly, and Brad right there as well. Single file. 6 laps in, and you see it's Coleman continuing to lead the charge at the moment. So Coleman continuing to lead. Then Richard Beasley back there in second. or not second, excuse me. Beasley back to a little ways here. And again, right now we run 7 laps in. .28 holding on. So at least very early on, these guys still rolling through. So again, as we are very early here tonight, taking a look, Logan right there. Logan managing to hang on. Steve back there in the line. There's Steve in the fifth. Brando trying to fend off a challenge. Have a car rolling to the inside of him. Brandon and Johnny getting at her at the 10 there as well with Rick L. Kennedy. Nice move for the 10. He'll roll forward. Picking up a spot. So again, right now, 8 complete. So what do you do? You're 9 laps in. So we're 9 of 60 in here. Oh, nice battle right now. Two by two down the back. They'll hang down the front here. Side by side, they'll work it out off into turn 1. So again, nice work kind of keeping the cars as clean as possible. You see right now, Chad Coleman continuing to lead by 1.2 seconds. He got out front early, has maintained this race lead. Taking a look behind him, Johnny. Right there tucked in. Nowhere to, not really doing anything right now but conserving. Nice job. 11 complete. Coleman continuing to lead this thing. Logan second. And again, we should have pit stops around what I would say 19, somewhere, or 20, 21, somewhere in there. We might stretch it to 30. But right now, the way it's looking, everybody pretty well spread apart. Except for right here with Larry Bell and Ron Hollyfield. That's going to be around 10th and 11th on the racetrack. So this is interesting. Taking a look at Ron. Let's go on board. Right around the bottom. He'll keep rolling that car. So again, nice job rolling down the front straightaway. Kind of got it worked out here. He'll lift, get down into the corner, get that car to settle. Nice job here tonight, keeping that car rolling. Single file all the way through. This whole field pretty much single file out. One car a little high off of turn number 2. Taking a look back there, there is one car to pit road. Bryson Joe there as well. So what do? Is you work your way through here tonight, keeping it calm. So right now, everybody fighting to hang on early here tonight. Chad continuing to lead. Side by side behind them. Dustin right there, gonna hang tight. They'll work their way up off the corner. And then, again, this car racing very interestingly here. I have to say, this is interesting how this is working tonight. Taking a look at Chad. So right now, Logan, Mike Kelly, big lift there. Mike up inside the top three here tonight. Let's take a look at his night so far. So Kelly has done a really good job maintaining here tonight. Taking a look at Kelly, started fourth. He's maintained so far. Rick behind him. Dustin. So again, it's Chad up front doing everything possible here. Chad Coleman right there as well. 15 on the board of 60. Coleman now going to open it to 1.5. Taking a look at what we got. Big run up in front. One car right to the bottom. That's Rick L. Kennedy there. And then Dustin going to lose a spot there to Steve. So Steve going to pick up one side by side behind him. That's Beasley back here going for position on the 6. Up top goes the 6. He'll slide all the way to the wall. He'll hang on to it. So one of the better races here so far I've seen at Indy. Taking a look, Coleman, Logan, Rick right there in line. Again, right now, 3 laps down, Bryson L. Anderson. Anderson pretty much out of it here tonight. So it's Coleman continuing to lead. And I'm thinking after this race tonight, points going to tighten up once again with your points leader not making a start. Kennedy. Steve right there as well. Tanner Martin not here tonight either. So quite a few guys not here tonight for Indianapolis. So again, we're still very early on, but we're moving through this thing with 44 to go here tonight. Man, what work we have put in here. They continue to roll right now. So what I'm looking at right here is when does Coleman, Chad, the guys that are up front, when do they come to pit road here? When do they take that leap and go down pit road and take 4 tires of fuel, get back out there and get going? Take a look, battle into turn number 3. Oh, into 4. The one up top, he's got a challenger alongside. They'll go at it just outside the top 10. Man, just outside that top 10. And you see that battle off into one. Those two guys just all over one another. They'll slide back in the line with Coleman out front. So it's 18 on the board. $18 of the 60 complete. So right now we're 19 to 60 in. So 19 to 60 in right now. Field maintaining. All right, working our way through. So what do we do here? 19 laps into this one. Trying to keep it as calm as possible. Really some good battling back in the pack. Everybody up near the front, though, they have just ran these early laps perfectly. Got the car out of there. Now we got them 2x2. That's Brando in amongst of the battle right now. Steve right there, 20 complete to 60. So again, that group back here around 10th, 11th, 12th, that's been the battle for a while here. Brandon back to 11th, Larry Bell right there alongside. Bell going to try to take up a spot right here. Larry will move into 11th, move Brandon back to 12th. Big crossover coming. Wow, actually, Brandon got a wrist forward. Another one. Here comes Joe. Joe going to edge out ahead into 3. Brandon's struggling here tonight. Meanwhile, up front, Coleman is checked out in this one here tonight. 40 laps to go here, and Coleman gone here at Indy. Single file behind them. A little bit of draft down into turn 1. So impressive. A little bit of draft their car in the wall behind them. .22 in. Steve continuing to hang on. .21 of 60 complete. Coleman out front. You see Mike Kelly back there. So what can we do and how do we manage this pit stop coming up? Because that's going to be big. So nice work. Taking a look. The 38 continuing to lead here. The 10. Nice run right here. So again, great racing here tonight. See Kennedy right there. Hanging on into the top 5. Sliding back here to the 1. He's back to 13th there. Trying to hang tight. Let's check in on the 45 of Larry Bale. Larry doing a great job. So now, taking a look here. Logan hanging on. There's Joe right now. Ron Holyfield right here in that number 25 machine holding serve in the ninth. It's a good run for Ron inside the top 10 here tonight. Meanwhile, Larry Bale has got a little bit of company behind him. Taking a look, there's Larry. Closing in behind him is going to be Joe in the 23. So again, nice work for everybody here tonight. Brandon hanging on, taking a look through the gaps here. That battle's still heating up with Joe Hudson. So Joe right there almost to the back bumper here of the car in front of him and Larry Bell. Bell going to try to hold him back there. Nothing he can do right now. So nose to tail, he'll get a little bit of slipstream off of him into 3. Can Joe dive down, make the move on the bottom? Not quite yet. Taking a look, those two still single file. Down the front straight away. So again, great battle for position. Really the only one battling right now on the racetrack is Larry and Joe. That's 10th and 11th on the racetrack here. 25 laps in. We'll be looking for pit stops here relatively soon. So pit stops should pick up here in a moment. Taking a look, Larry Bell going to jump underneath. Here we go, 2 by 2. Side by side and clear. Joe up to 10th. So Joe clear. Coleman continuing to lead. Taking a look, Coleman checked out here. So again, Kelly up to 2nd. Kelly, P2. Nice job. So Kelly doing a great job here tonight, holding inside the top 2. So what do you do? Working our way through. So nice work. So let's do a little bit of cranking up here real quick. All right, 27 in here. Coleman continuing to lead right now. And clear. So again, it's 29 this time by. There's Johnny back there in the line also. So 40-29 this time by. So again, as we're nearing halfway, nobody has made pit road yet. So hanging tight. Single file. So again, 30 complete of 60 here this evening. So again, who is the first one to come down pit road and when did they do it? So Kelly. Back there, here we go, cars on pit road. We're going to start that pit road cycle now. Don't speed. That is the thing you don't want to do here. Multiple cars down. The one down on pit road. So that tells me they can make it from here. Nice shot. So now they continue to roll for the moment. Brando, we'll see if this place gets any busier here. Taking a look, Brandon back out front. Coleman, 1.3 out front right now over Kelly. You see Kelly now down pit road. He'll make his stop. So down he comes. 4 tires and fuel for P2 Kelly. Pit road, they'll get really busy. Nice job. So everybody going to get busy right here. 34.1 laps complete. Kelly off the pit road. Let's go. We'll see when Coleman hits pit road here. Coleman coming down. Good job, pit road. So he'll get 4 tires and fuel as well. So cars down, 4 tires and fuel. So there we go. He'll hit the end of pit road. 4 tires and fuel right here. So this should be the stop that kind of decides the fate here tonight. Scott, Johnny, they're going to stay out for a moment. Here comes Chad. How does this work out? Chad going to exit pit road. Coleman trying to get back up to speed. So Kelly going to get by Coleman on this cycle. So that is going to be a lead change right here. So it should cycle out to Mike Kelly with the race lead. So Kelly, great job. He'll get out in front of the guy that's led the opening 30 laps here tonight. A little bit of wiggle out of that car. He'll hang on. So Kelly, Coleman. There we go. You see the gap is going to open up. The 6 still rolling right now. There's the 6 out front. But he should have to make a stop here. So, again, you got to look at that. Coleman and Steve Ritter there. There's Steve there in the 61 right now running third. Holding on to a top three right at the moment. Hanging on now, back single file for the moment here at Indy. So again, 1.8, now the gap 1.6 between Kelly and Barker out front. Barker trying to hold him on. Johnny Barker leading here. Big slide there out of the 38 as Coleman will get alongside Steve. Make the move for third. Now he's got his sight set on that 43 of Kelly. That'll be just up ahead of him. You see at the tail of your screen, Coleman trying to run him down. Man, these guys are doing a great job. The 34 complete. Dustin Coggins. So now, coming towards 25 to go here tonight, Kelly tried to hold on. So Kelly will assume the race lead here from Johnny. So now you got Kelly leading, Coleman 1.7 back behind him. Coggin right now holding serve at the moment. Nice job, double file. Now look at that, Kelly gonna go to the bottom, he'll make it work. So again, 36 this time by. So what can we do if you're Kelly, if you're Coleman, if you're Johnny, if you're Steve, if you're Logan, your top five? Still a little bit of ways to go here tonight. Coleman trying to get back to Mike Kelly. Keep in mind, pit stop cycle is what changed that race lead. So right now, everybody maintaining. So again, we're 36 laps in. We got a little ways to go here. Taking a look at the way this is setting out. You see Kelly running up to some lap traffic right here. That should be Joe Hudson just in front of him. Oh boy, this is going to be really dicey here. Be careful. That's going to be already lap down cars. Larry Bell out of this one in the 45. 9 laps down now. Man, what do you do as you work your way through? Johnny, Dustin right there as well. So right now we are really cooking it through here. But that battle for the race lead starting to tide up as Coleman closing in. So here comes Coleman for the race lead. Coleman 38 to go. Coleman, Kelly, your top two. 6/10 to go here up to the back bumper. Kelly leading. Chad there in second. So taking a look right now, single file off of turn 4. They'll roll forward. So again, single file fighting forward. Coleman, 3, now 2/10 back. Coleman now firmly within the slip team. Firmly within that slipstream right now is Coleman. So we'll look for 40. And again, we're coming to 20 to go here very soon, but Coleman eating into that lead like Pac-Man at the moment. He'll be almost in the rear deck lid. He'll go to the bottom, lifts out the throttle, and a little bit of fire out the side of that car. He'll keep rolling. 40 to go here tonight. Or excuse me, 40 on the board, 20 to go. Nice and tight up front. Or excuse me, 21 to go. Now Coleman already right on the deck lid, trying to free up Kelly. So again, big run down the back, drafting right back to the back bumper. So again, can Coleman get there and make the move and make it happen? They'll hook it back down once again. Coleman, Kelly, 1 and 2. That's the battle for the race lead. Nice job. $28 to 20 to go. Nose to tail. Big push coming. $19 to go this time by. So it's 1/10 of a second here. Coleman trying to get underneath. Coleman will try to drive. Not enough. He can't get to the left quarter panel. Man, what a great battle we have right now for first and second. Nice and tight. Great racing. Great respectful racing. Taking a look. He'll dip to the bottom. Now he's back to the left rear quarter panel. And Coleman going to give it up. And there you go. Kelly going to jump in the line. So now back out front is a Chad Coleman. He'll have to hold on 18 laps here tonight. Kelly trying to get a run back to him. It's been green so far all night. Now your top two continuing the battle for the race lead. So through the corner, 17 laps to go. So again, car going to get in the wall there. He'll wiggle the race car. So 17 to go this time by. So again, 17 to go. On board as they roll through. Coleman continuing to now lead as you're on board with him. 17 laps to go. So we're down to the final 17, and that gap opening to 4 or 5 tenths of a second. And still single file with 17 to go. $17 to go this time by. So again, we'll stay single file with the top two. Now, Kelly right there tucked in. So again, 16 to go. Chad leading. So it's 16 laps to go. So right now, 0.3 of a second between your top two. Gap's starting to close there for third and fourth. Logan and Steve. Let's take a look. Logan and Steve getting ready to get after it. There's Logan. There's Steve behind him. There is that number 80 machine. Good run for Logan tonight. Into the top three. So Logan gonna really make it work. So we're down to 15 to go. $14 to go. Coleman leading. Coleman now 2/10. Kelly closing back in up front. So Kelly gonna go for it. Oh boy, Kelly right there to the back bumper. So Kelly trying to get there and get by right now. So Kelly all over the back bumper. $13 to go. So the top two now, 1/10 of a second. Kelly trying to play spoiler here tonight. Kelly really trying to get that car to the bottom and to make it work. Kelly really doing a great job moving to the bottom inside lane, trying to duck that nose, that left front of that nose out just a little bit. Absolutely wild race here. A little wiggle out of Coleman. We got them battling for the win here tonight in Indy. Man, you take a look at the guys up front. The guys that's making this work. Nose to tail. $13 to go. Here we go. Kelly and Coleman. Man, what can you do? Kelly all over him. Logan there. Back into third. So again, Kelly just going to stay right there in the line. Not making any moves on Coleman yet. Coleman came in 19th in points here. Man, nice job. Hanging on. And what can you do here if you're Chad Coleman? You're Mike Kelly. You're going at it hard. Man, what a battle top two right now. 2 wins already for Coleman, looking for 3. So what do you do if you're Kelly right there in second? Kelly trying to get there. Nose to tail. Nice and easy. What do you do? One win here for Kelly, already looking for two. So both these guys looking for wins after. Oh, as Kelly got in the wall. Kelly got in the wall. Remember, it was Kelly that went to victory lane in Texas 1 week ago. Can he make it back to back? 10 to go. Steve Rowell in fourth. And there's the 80 back there. Back to third. Kelly back, Logan back to third. Steve to fourth. Steve trying to move into the top three. 10 to go. Kelly holding second. Nine to go this time by. Kelly continuing to roll in second. Now Kelly 4/10 off. So it's Coleman trying to hang on. Brandon out here, not the night he wanted. There is Coleman, next fight. So Coleman tried to hold 4/10 of a second up. Coleman and Kelly. Eight to go this time by. Taking a look here. Kelly right behind him. So again, back single file, 8 to go. So again, 8 to go this time by. 8 to go. Single file right now. Eight to go right now. So 8 laps to go. 8 to go, single file. Kelly second. Kelly trying to sneak around him. Man, what a night it's been so far. 8 laps to go this time by. 8 to go. Kelly going for 3 in a row. Can he get there? Or excuse me, that was 3 poles. But Coleman and Kelly really have swept the last 4 weeks as they're 1 and 2. Coleman went to victory lane back at Bristol. Then Kelly went to victory lane at Texas the week before that. Pocono went to Coleman as well. So 6 to go. So right now, as we're set, 6 coming to 6 to go, these two looking to go back to victory lane. So 6 laps to go this time by. 6 to go. Coleman continuing to lead. Kelly behind him. Coming to 5 laps to go. What do you do if you're Kelly? Can you make the move on him, get by? So again, it's 5 to go here tonight. So big fight between the top two here. So it'll be 15 to go. So what can you do if you're these top two? Can anybody out of the two really break apart? See the gap there, second to third, way off. Meanwhile, battle for third, heating up. Stephen Logan. So you can see across the board, great battles in the top 10. No yellows here tonight. We have ran straight through. Kelly tucked in, trying to make the run here, coming to 4 to go. Four to go this time. Kelly trying to get by Coleman. So again, is there anything you can do here? Down the front straightaway, a little bit of a wiggle here, a little bit of an Indy snake here going on. Trying to break that slipstream from Coleman to Kelly. So again, top two together. Then Logan and Ritter together as well. Take a look at these two continuing the battle. So 4 laps to go here tonight. Four to go. So again, out front, Kelly continuing to try to pressure Coleman. Those two down the back front straight away, rolling side to side. Three to go. So is there anything different you can do with 3 to go? Try to get clear of Coleman if you're Kelly. So big wiggle, big snake down the back again. Gap still about the same between your top two right now. Coming to 2 to go. So again, it'll be 2 to go right here. Coleman's going to have to break the draft again if he can. Lap traffic might play a factor. I believe that would be the one just in front of him. Brandon having a rough race here tonight. 2 laps to go. Coming to 1.5. Right now, Coleman, Kelly are top two. Battle between Logan and Steve heating up as well. So that battle heating back up, and right there you see it. Steve under Logan. Taking a look to 43.38, nose to tail. Nice job, 2 laps to go. So it's 2 to go here tonight. Coming to the white flag, who's going to get back around here? This is going to be good. 1 lap to go from Indy. Can Mike Kelly pull a rabbit out of the hat? 1 to go at the stripe. No yellows here tonight. Absolutely insane right now. These guys are still right to the bottom they go. Coleman holding Kelly. And right now, turn 2 lap traffic up the hill. The one up the hill. Trying to stay out of the way. Down the back straightaway, they'll kind of spread apart here. Kelly has 2 shots at it here. Kelly, Coleman into 3. Right now, big run off the corner right here. Here comes Coleman. Coleman trying to hold Kelly at bay. Final corner and checkered flag going to fly. And it's going to be Chad Coleman, I do believe, off of 4 to the yard of bricks. Coleman wins at Indy. Battle heating up right here for third. Steve and Logan going at it. And Logan gonna try, but not enough. Steve will get it done here tonight. How about Chad Coleman back to victory lane here tonight? Chad doing a tremendous job putting that machine back in victory lane here tonight. Look at this. There we go. Let's get ready to talk to Chad Coleman right here in a moment. Wow, great run, Coleman. All right. We'll get ready to gather everybody up. What a night there for Chad Coleman. He'll bring the car around. Coleman to victory lane here. He'll burn it down front straight away. Back in victory lane just after Bristol 2 weeks ago. So Chad Coleman back at it. So again, that should be win number 3 for Coleman here tonight in Indy. Back to victory lane yet again. What a job Coleman has done putting the car back in victory lane. I'm going to be interested to see what he has to say here, because that's a pretty big deal, right? Able to get back there and get it done here tonight. Unofficial results here tonight. You see the 38 of Coleman getting it done. So we'll wait on him to maybe come into Discord. So we're just waiting on a race winner here. Steve coming home at third. We'll talk to Steve here. Hey, Steve, Matt in the booth, get a copy.
I do, Matt. How you doing?
How are you tonight, man? Great work here, great run. What's your overall thoughts on the race?
It went well. I think I burned them up a little bit on that first run, the first stint there before we got into the green flag pit stops, but saved them a little bit at the end, and it worked. I mean, I ended up, third instead of fourth there at the end. So yeah.
Yeah, you and Logan had a little fight there at the end of the race.
Yeah, he wanted third. I mean, honestly, he bobbled coming out of 4 with 2 to go, and that's how I got alongside of him. If he doesn't do that, he finishes third, and I finished fourth because I couldn't pass him. Just his little mistake is what got me next to him. And then, yeah, I guess he wanted third more than I did. But anyway.
There, sometimes it works out that way, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
All righty,
well, it was a good race. I mean, everything else was, everybody was decent. The car felt great. But yeah, no, it was a good race overall. Congrats to Chad, man. He kind of dusted everybody there.
Yes, he did. All right, let Brandon know I want to stick around for a minute when I move you back down there, buddy.
10-4, bud.
Appreciate it. All righty, have a good one, man, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Kelly coming home second, right behind Chad. Mr. Mike Kelly, you put a fight trying to get back by Chad there. You played the draft the last few laps. It just didn't go your way.
Yeah, Matt. I gave it all I had. We were playing a little bit of cat and mouse there. I mean, obviously from practice and qualifying, he had it figured out and had an edge. But I pit right. I wasn't ever short on pit. I didn't ever have to hold back. So I knew if I made it to lap 30, I could run, whatever pace that I felt I needed to on that last run there. And with Chad getting that extra lap, one lap here at Indy, it can be significant. So I ran just a tick off the pace I wanted to
Right.
up until the point he caught me, because I knew he would. And then as soon as he caught me, I just started running as hard as I could to, kind of like the first run. I had it measured out in my head. So I just gave it a little bit extra juice, going in just a little bit deeper, making it hard for him to get around me. And then once he got around me, my plan kind of worked. He kind of got a little loose entering the corner, and I was able to get back to him. Getting to him and passing him, that's a different thing here, especially Chad. He don't make any mistakes, and he's really fast. But I was a little bit faster. I at least had a chance, and I caught him at that one time with about 10 to go. And when you got the car didn't push too bad until you got right up on their tail coming up off the corner, and it was like a dump truck. And I got into the wall a hair there, which didn't damage anything, but took my momentum away for a second, and I got back, lost some ground to him. And it took me almost the whole 10 laps that were left just to get back to him again. So I caught him right there at the end and gave it a couple shots, but he didn't make any mistakes, and no way to wreck him without making contact. So kudos to him, and it was a good, clean race, green to checker again. So it was a good time.
Yes, sir. Good time, good man. We'll see you next time, Mr. Mike Kelly.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks to everyone and you for putting this on.
All right, we'll see you next time out, bud.
See you. Have a good weekend.
All right, coming home victory lane, a win number 3 on the year for the 38 of Chad Coleman. Chad, you got me.
Yeah, I got you.
Back in victory lane, back in a comfy spot.
Yeah, I had a pretty good race with Mike right there the last half of the race, so it was a good night.
Well, man, yeah, it was. You guys have come in and kind of swept the last couple of weeks between the two of you.
Yeah, Mike's pretty consistent. I knew when I seen him short pit me right there, I thought I needed another lap of fuel to be able to make it good. And I saved, and I actually saved a little bit on the lap where I came in. I took it easy. And so my end lap was really bad compared to what he did. Even with Steve, both of them's end laps was a lot better than mine. And I was conservative getting on pit road too. But yeah, I knew coming off pit road, I had about 2.5 seconds to make up to get to Mike, and I had to get back by Steve also. So I about drove the right front off of it, trying to get by Mike. And then once I got by him, I just kind of had to settle in and make the car as wide as I could, just keep some dirty air on his nose. And luckily, we were able to hold on.
There you go. Well, congratulations. Great work. And Chad Coleman, you're going to be back in victory lane once again.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, man. We'll see you back here next week, bud.
Yep.
All right, Chad Coleman, the driver of the 38. Again, other notes from tonight's broadcast. Your points leader again was here but did not take the green flag. You see Bell back there. You see Anderson. So this is going to be very interesting. You see Gibson back there officially scored at 17th here tonight. So keep that in mind. Going to be a big week going into next week. See where everybody sets. But here tonight, it was a great race. You see Logan should make up some ground, finishing up in 4th here tonight. Kennedy back there in 5th. Other notables here, taking a look at Beasley in 6th. Simley 7th, Coggin 8th, Holyfield 9th, and Hudson going to finish 10th. Gerard not tonight. He wanted Anderson, Barker, or Bale. So what a night it was. We'll see you next week. I believe Talladega next on deck for the 802 Busch Series. Thank you, everybody, and have a great night.